In this video, we'll be taking a look at appointment scheduling in TherapyZen. If you're a small practice of 1, 2, or 3 therapists, scheduling appointments on a single calendar is not so bad. But if you're a larger practice with 7, 8, or maybe even 10 therapists, you know that scheduling appointments on a single calendar can get messy and very cluttered very quickly. With TherapyZen, we've created a calendar that makes appointment scheduling simple and removes all the clutter regardless of what size your practice is. So let's go take a look at the calendar to see appointment processing in action. To get to the calendar, I'll just come to the nav bar here and click Calendar. And once the calendar loads, the first thing we notice across the top is it is showing us today's schedule, showing us our date, and it's also showing us that we're currently in the timeline view. The timeline view is by far the best view for scheduling appointments. You can toggle between these other views as well, but no other view is going to give you the simplicity of scheduling appointments when you've got multiple therapists like the timeline view. So if we examine the timeline view a little more closely, the first thing you notice is on the left side, we've got every available therapist in our practice listed there. And as we look across the top of the calendar, we see every available time for that particular therapist throughout the day. So seeing and scheduling appointments is actually quite simple. I just find the therapist and look across their timeline to see exactly what availability or what scheduled appointments they have for the day. And creating an appointment couldn't be easier. I just simply find a time that I want to schedule an appointment for a particular therapist and double-click that time. I'm then presented with the new appointment form. If I want this to be a scheduled appointment with a client, or if I just want to get a general event on the calendar, I can click that option as well. For this example, we'll schedule an actual appointment. So once I've made this selection, I now need to assign a client for this appointment. And by clicking this client's drop-down, I'm shown all the clients assigned to this particular therapist. I can simply make my selection. I can add any notes about this appointment if I like. I can see the service type for this appointment. I can also change it. I see the appointment time and duration. I can set the duration. I can also say whether or not this appointment is repeating or not. In this example, we'll just say it's a single appointment. And then finally, based off the service type, I can also see what the expected session total will be. Once I'm happy with the appointment details, I'll go ahead and click Save. I'm then returned to the calendar timeline view, and there's my appointment. If I need to edit the appointment, I just simply double-click it, and I can edit any of the details of that appointment. And that's how easy it is to set appointments in TherapyZen using the timeline view of the calendar. You can see in this example we've got quite a long list of therapists, and for me to find a particular day and time for one therapist was a very simple task. I was also able to edit the appointment very easily as well. And that's a quick introduction to the calendar view for scheduling appointments in TherapyZen.